All right, guys, the secret is out about Greenville, South Carolina. It is one of the most popular places to relocate to in the US right now. And honestly, it's been like this for a couple of years. So why exactly is everyone flocking to South Carolina's upstate? And what are all of those articles that view Greenville through rose-colored glasses not actually telling you about this area? I'm Aubree Lewis, and my team has been here helping people buy and sell homes in Greenville, South Carolina for about 10 years. So if you are looking to make the move to the Greenville area, we are your real estate resource of choice. Scan the QR code to get a free relocation guide mailed to you, or you can ask us for any of our free digital resources to make your move to Greenville easy. We are talking about taxes, crime, and all of that fun stuff. But the first thing nobody really tells you about is the job market here in Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville's big employers are mostly in the manufacturing and healthcare industries. So we're talking about BMW, Michelin, Fleur, Prisma Health, GE. Those are the big hitters. But that's not to say that there's nothing else going on here, though. There are lots of small businesses here, from trades to shops, and a lot of different success stories. Even the smaller businesses, like people we've talked to in our videos, where we went and interviewed people in the farmers market downtown. Go watch that video, by the way. Quick story time. I've had healthcare workers from other states who want to move here, but ultimately the pay for the job that they do elsewhere doesn't exactly correlate to the same income here. And this should be noted in overall costs of living here. You're going to get paid less here from where you are coming from. Overall cost of living is just lower. It's a catch-22. So for example, the same job in Washington State or New York, where cost of living is so much higher, will have higher pay. But the pay there for those same jobs here in Greenville may be less than half of what the income is in those other states. But we'll talk about the cost of living here in a minute, so you can do the math and see if all of this actually makes sense for you. Let's talk about something weird. Let's talk about the trash service. Sometimes garbage pickup is added into your taxes, especially whenever you are located within the city limits. However, if you are outside of the city limits, you most likely will need to contract with a trash picker-upper separately. It's not expensive, it's just an extra step. It's something that our team would love to help you with. Some places, like Taylor's, that have a feel of being in a city are actually unincorporated. So you will need to get private pickup. This is definitely something we'll talk you through as we are helping you figure out where you want to land here in the area. But it's just something a little weird. Speaking of which, we actually have a guide for you of all of the different areas around the upstate. It's called a circle sheet, so you can get a really clear picture on what's important to you and where you'll want to land with all of those different things in mind. So in order to get that, you have to scan this QR code down here, and our team would love to email it to it. So go ahead, scan it. Next, let's talk about gas. And there's a gas bill, and then there's a gas bill. Let's first say that not everywhere you live here in the upstate has natural gas available. It's pretty 50-50 on whether you're going to have a gas line or if you're going to have a tank. And it's not abnormal to have natural gas here, but you will have to contract with a company if you have a propane tank to come and fill it. You shouldn't have to buy the tank, but you may want to in some cases. Mostly you'll want to lease the tank, and the company like Blossman, etc. will come and keep the tank filled. Now, the other gas bill for our cars, referring to what you put in the vehicle, I drive a tank, so this is something that I'm painfully aware of when the price per gallon goes up and up and up. Compared to the rest of the country, our gas prices stay relatively low, and is really one of the nice things about this area. As of the making of this video, the lowest prices we have seen in the area have ranged all the way up from $2.50 a gallon all the way down to about $2.15 a gallon, and they are continuing to drop right now. I love that. Next, let's talk about HOAs, homeowners associations. This is so different from what almost everyone who relocates here is used to. I am told this on a regular basis. I don't want to live in an HOA, and I get it. I don't want to be told that I can't plant the tree I want, or I can't paint the front door light pink, or you want to have chickens because the price of eggs has become astronomical again. But here is what it comes down to. HOAs here in Greenville and the surrounding areas average at only about $600 to $650 a year. And you will find some more rather than less, but they make sure that no one trashes their front yard or puts something that is going to hinder the property value. The HOA can be a blessing, but it can also be a curse of just an administrative role. Sometimes it's just there to keep the street lights on. Well, some HOAs here also have a full book of covenants, codes, and restrictions. Many that sometimes are just 2 or 3 pages, and some that are 75 pages plus. So here's the deal. Don't be scared of HOAs, and know what you're getting into before you decide to buy a house in that neighborhood. You'll figure it out, but they're not all bad, and they're not super strict here, believe it or not. All right, next, taxes. And another thing the Greenville Puff Pieces definitely won't tell you about the area is that when you move here, you're going to pay taxes on your vehicle. Yes, the ones that you already own. Now, these taxes are what you get whenever you go through your registration. So it's not a double fee, but the tax is based upon the value of your car. So you've got a nice new fancy vehicle. Just be aware that Greenville County expects to get something from you to be able to register, and it's gonna be a little pricey. Now, these taxes are meant to keep up the roads, but I'm gonna be really honest with you. We definitely don't have the best roadways here in South Carolina. It's a thing. There's potholes. The layout of the roads themselves looks like somebody dropped a big old spaghetti on a piece of paper and called it a map. Not to mention, you can drive 3 miles down a road and the name will change 3 different times. And yes, I'm looking at you, Haywood Road. But to make matters worse, you've got potholes. Heck, even the sinkhole downtown, yes, it actually happened. It's filled in. It's fine. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that we have the worst roads of all time, but this is just a reminder that if you're looking to move to a place, any place, come here first, drive around, really experience the area before you decide you're going to uproot your entire life to go somewhere sight unseen. And yes, I've helped some of you do it. I would rather you come and see the area first. Let's talk about safety, starting with crime rates. Now, the majority of crime here in the area is property crime. So lock your cars, lock your house, just something to be said for making sure your stuff is put up. Now, there's not a lot of violent crime, and where there is violent crime, it's more individualized. This is the South. There are more guns here. While Greenville has some really rough spots, just like any other metropolitan area, we're not going to be the murder capital of the country anytime soon. You've got some good people here. Now, I do want to specifically mention the mall, Haywood Mall, as this has showed up in the news a lot more often of late, and also can be said about some more popular areas around downtown. In the evening, there has been fights that happen all around Haywood Mall, mostly younger people that have been dropped off. So in the past, this has also happened downtown Greenville, and that's when we get curfews in place. Even though, like, when I'm walking around downtown, I feel pretty safe in the evenings. But I wouldn't go to the mall late at night or most places without being very careful and knowing my surroundings. That's different though when it comes to your communities that you're living in, your neighborhoods, etc. All right, so I've been teasing this the entire video. Cost of living, let's go. Primarily, I will say this is focused on housing costs, and yes, utilities, your groceries, healthcare. It's pretty standard for the rest of the country, but housing here is just more affordable. You can still buy a house for less than $300,000 in a good area with a good yard. The taxes here are also a huge factor for many people who are looking to live in the Greenville upstate area, because where you're coming from, property taxes are just a lot, and here they're less. Here they're averaging $2,000 to $3,000 a year, and that's depending upon the property, the amount of land. That's a huge draw to this area, especially for y'all that are paying $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 plus in property taxes. Life here is just different in the South. There's a different cadence of life, and oftentimes it is slower and more focused on people and the community at hand. We have had people here on the channel comment how they have had different experiences and they haven't been the best, and maybe they have a hard time assimilating. But I will tell you, I disagree. I think this area is awesome, and our clients have found that this area does boast kind, friendly people who are willing to have community. So if that's something you are looking for, I would highly suggest going and watching this other video right here, where we go and actually talk to people about living here in Greenville, South Carolina. So go watch the next video. And if you want to chat with us, you should actually scan this QR code here, because we'd love to talk to you in person too.